Hi guys.
It's us again. It's me, Arnie.
Mira.
Welcome back to our crazy channel. So
Yes.
yeah, what are we gonna talk about today?
Today we're gonna talk about I don't know, Filipino families in the Philippines. So what is the reality?
The reality, that is so true. Yeah.
Like what don't they know?
Yes.
Yes,
And
yes.
what they probably expect from you, that you're living in Japan and you're working, and that they know that once you work in Japan, you earn a lot of money and things like that. So yeah, it's a little complicated
Yes,
topic to discuss about.
I think because a lot of people can, especially
Can
overseas
relate.
Filipino workers can
not
relate.
not only limited to to
Yeah.
Japan, but I know a lot of my friends working in Dubai, working in America, in Canada. So I know you guys can also relate to this video.
Yes. So let's start off with, we can talk about money later, but first of all, relationships with the family. I don't know about you, but in my case, when I came to Japan, I think I felt more closer with some family members. But sometimes there are some family members that I had to distance myself.
I see. Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, my decision of coming to Japan was not probably like a happy fairy tale sort of, adventure for most people, but but like sometimes you just have to decide and be firm about your decisions and take responsibility. So even if it means that like your family members might not
Misunderstand.
might not understand that. So
Especially for you, isn't you're married to a Japanese? So sometimes, don't they have an expectation that maybe your husband
when
is
it's
rich?
gonna,
and
yeah,
then-
that is true.
Because it happens a lot when you're married to a
Yes,
foreigner.
yes,
They might
yes.
think that they have to support the whole family.
I agree with that. So so before we actually got married, so I asked my parents, including my sister, to talk, to discuss. It's like more of like suyo.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like
think that's
this-
good.
yeah.
It rarely happens.
Yeah, actually we had that. So my husband was very, very nervous because he was alone, right? And he was not with his mom. And but I told him, like, they just want to know. They just want to ask questions if they needed to. And I don't want to be like the middle person again, like always,
Relaying messages.
yeah, relaying messages. And for me it's not really healthy too, because for a person who's curious about what's going on, they want to ask, yeah, right? They just want that opportunity. So I just set it up like that in a very, very simple dinner in Ayala Mall in Cebu. And basically my mom was just asking questions like a typical Filipino mom would ask, like, would you hurt my daughter? Like, are you gonna like take care of her? Well, my dad was pretty plain, because maybe he was mixed emotions when he was when he was there. My sister was the one quite talkative. Yeah, and she was asking lots of questions to him as well, what he does and things like that. But in the end, my husband said, like, it was not a very scary experience, and he really expected differently, because in Japan there's that social pressure, that you have to show your bank account, you have to really assure that what you say is what's gonna happen, and everything
That's
else
true.
is. So yeah, what about yourself?
In my case, I think, when you do these things, it's very important to set expectations to your family that
Yes.
when you leave the country, you also have your expenses. So what they can see is the total of your bank account, like the
Yes,
total
yes.
amount of your salary.
Right,
But guys,
right.
every
everything you move, everything you do, it's
Yeah,
just
you-
money. It's the reality.
And it's so funny sometimes. No offense to like some family members. You guys are partying and here I am working, and then I pay for that party. So sometimes even a little thank you goes a long way. Some people. So if you have any family members
That's true.
in Japan or even in
working
other
in other
countries,
countries, yeah.
please say thank you.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Appreciate the little things, even the big things, of course.
and don't judge them if they treat themselves. Have you ever felt that? Like, for example, I heard some of my friends, because they bought expensive things, they're saying like, how about your family?
Yeah,
Come on, guys, it's a little bit of treat for the hard work they do here, and it's not easy.
Yes.
They don't have a family here.
Right. They feel lonely. Yeah, I feel that, yeah, that was one of the biggest challenges when I moved here. The feeling of being alone. Yeah, and you don't know if, you know, if the relationship is gonna work out like perfectly as you expect it to be. You have no one. Like, if you can't speak the language.
And then don't expect if you're gonna marry a Japanese or any nationality, don't expect them to help your family.
That is true.
If you want to help, you can work by yourself. Especially there are different cultures. Maybe in some culture that's okay. Some Americans might do that, but in East Asian countries, I think that's a no-no. Not a no-no, but
Not
there's
a
a
no-no,
limitation.
But
And para rin, I think so you can have fried chicken.
Ganon. Parang ganon. Kasi, yeah, I agree with that. Because the more you insist na this is, you know, your country is poor and that you're struggling and that you want help, like the more the person feels like, oh, why am I, you know, why am I involved here? Why am I like, am I an ATM? Why, like, you know, before you probably meet me, that's your situation, so why am I now getting involved in that situation? So, you know, just a little respect
and clarification.
Clarification.
Maybe you can talk to him, right?
Communication.
Okay, this is what
important.
amount I will be give, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I agree with that, because hindi na talaga mawawala. Like, Filipinos do send money. We really have that culture that sometimes...
Even me, I wanna make this to them, but you know...
Yeah, it's just so hard to explain that also, because they don't have the culture. Yeah, of course, like, they're from a, you know, a developed country.
So,
it's the opposite way. The family gives them the money, but in our case, we give our parents family. And they always feel like, why? Yeah.
So the best thing is communication. And share. I mean, for example, if you're gonna give something to your family, buy small things maybe for his family or for your family right now.
Right.
Don't yung wag i-asa lahat. Don't expect too much from that person.
Yes, that's true.
You know, learn how to share, and I think it's gonna go a long way.
Should be a two-way process, diba?
Yes.
It's like, they will help you, that's for sure, kasi family, diba? And then, you know, you can't deny your family, but also try to think of the other side, like what efforts have they given to you, and
what efforts can you give?
What efforts can you give? It's like a give and take. It's
really challenging.
It's really challenging. Sometimes people will misunderstand that too.
A lot.
I know some of my friends on my Facebook like always complains about stuff, like, you know, isn't it enough, or am I not doing anything, like, am I an ATM? Like, I see that a lot.
I think because they never tell their family.
That's one also.
And pride. Sometimes, you know, I think there's an expectation that I think it's our predecessors. You know, for example, my aunt, she lives in London, and then she sends these packages, like huge balikbayan boxes twice a year. And then during celebration, she would give money to all of her siblings. And think about 9 siblings.
Right, that's a lot of money.
So when I came here in Japan, like when I brought my first, you know, yung noodles, hiya kaya ako noon. I was so shy. No, but the point is, I think our generation now, it's much different. It's okay.
It's okay.
To do that.
I agree.
I met a lot of Filipinos working in Japan. They're like 40, 50, but they don't have savings. Why? Because they give too much to their family back home.
That is so true.
Okay, sana if the family, like we have friends, they give, and then their family invests their money really well.
Right. They use the money wisely.
Lloydie's family, they have a house, they have a car, they help him with his needs. That's good. But if they would only depend on you, it's better to be honest.
Exactly. Be transparent. Like, I think it's better to just be true to yourself
and to your family.
So I think that's the key to no disappointments. So it's hard. It's a pretty tricky life.
And then as for the ones with husbands and wives, yung they have Filipino husbands in the Philippines and then they're in Japan working. I think in their challenge naman is about trust.
Yeah, trust. Yeah.
I think one thing is don't be too possessive but don't be too lenient. Because, guys, we don't have anyone in Japan except for our friends.
Yes, that is true.
Yes. So let's say even Arnie has a Japanese family, but it's different when you have Filipino friends.
It's different, yeah. It's really different.
These small gatherings that we have, they really just bring us joy.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Like you feel like you're home, you feel like you're with the people you want to be, you're not faking.
And it's difficult to find them.
Yes, it's difficult to find them. That is so true. And you want someone you can express exactly how you feel. Like someone who can relate to you. Yeah, but if you're with people that are either like, in
Like,
different
yeah.
situation, then of course you don't expect them to understand your situation then. It's just that.
So if you have like a boyfriend or husband in another country, be more supportive, be less demanding.
Yes, I agree with that.
Do something for them as well. Card lang, happy na sila.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't be
That's
too
true.
tight. Yung parang, huwag nilang sakalin.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, of course they would really cheat on you. But
Yeah.
this is just pure friendship. You
Yes,
know,
yes.
it's because it's
Exactly.
rare.
Yeah. Just don't abuse them. Just, make it as healthy as possible.
Help them
Ganun na
save
lang.
money.
Oo, ganun. Yeah. For sure. Kasi future din naman yun.
Yes.
Diba? So, yeah.
So,
I agree with
and
that.
then as for Filipino parents, please understand that we have other expenses in another
We
country.
do, yeah. Especially in Japan. Oh my God, we pay taxes for both countries. Yeah, if we go home, we even have to pay a lot because of the airport fees. So yeah, and to even like renew your visas, it's not free. So even those simple things, but they do have
Add up.
Yeah, they do have some value. So yeah.
I think that's the reality.
That's the reality.
A lot
That
of
is the reality.
OFWs might not be honest about this.
Yeah, they
I think
are
it's
not.
pride.
Yeah, it could be
Because
that.
they want to
yeah.
show na, hey, I live in a comfortable
That
life.
is
I can
true.
purchase this.
And it's so, I think it's so common in Philippines too that once you are at a status, like once you landed in a different country, you have to show that you're above, everyone. And so you buy yourself some expensive clothes and then you show it off on your social media and then, like,
If you can afford it, it's okay.
yeah.
If it's a reward.
As long as it's a reward, it's something that makes you happy or something that you can be stable of. Like, you're consistent like that. But if you're just doing that for a show or whatever, it's never gonna work out. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
And then para sa mga Pilipino naman na nasa Pilipinas, huwag kayo hingi ng pasalubong. Yes, pasalubong. Be thankful if you get one soap, besh, binitbit yan sa bagahe.
Yeah, exactly.
And the
What
fact that they
demanding?
thought about you.
Yes, that is true. Kasi nga, I feel like sometimes yung mga like umuwi na sa Pilipinas, like they always would think of how to put their, like clothes and pasalubong in their luggage. Ang bigat nun
And then from pag malayo pa yung bahay mo,
Yeah,
sa train ka.
exactly. Yeah, sometimes pasalubong for like one luggage, it's like, wow. If you think about it, it's not just the effort, but also,
The cost.
the cost. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
or kung gusto yung pasalubong, magpadala rin kayo.
Exactly. Padala na din yung yung
bagnet.
pera.
Two ways tayo, besh. Yes, well anyway, I hope it gives you an insight. Yeah, so deep.
Yeah, and I hope that you have, I don't know, if those watchers are coming from Japan also or from other countries, you can relate to these stories, diba? I hope so. Yeah, and you can share your experience then down in the comments